This is Chris at handfuloftranquility.com. It's been too long since I've done any videos, so I wanted to get two quick videos done today. One is general, basic troubleshooting on suspension issues. The other is how to replace the struts on a 2007 Ford Focus. There will be a couple other videos heading up in the next few months, probably within the next month or two at least. One I'm really looking forward to doing. It's going to be making a home battery bank. I've got some parts coming in. I still have a few more to decide on, but that should be a pretty good video. It's going to be pretty time consuming and pretty in depth, but it should be a good one. Alright, so we're going to take this 15mm socket, go ahead and take the back side of the strut off. Alright, well I thought I was going to be able to find an easier way to do this, but it's still back to a wrench and pliers. At least this time I think I found some better pliers to use. Hopefully I'm not blocking the video too bad. I thought a pipe wrench would work. However, the piston rod is so hard that it just absolutely does not grip onto it. So it just kept sliding in the jaws of the pipe wrench. Kind of like this is sliding. So I'm going to turn the video off. But basically, you hold on to this thing so it won't turn. It doesn't seem to be any normal size. None of my sockets fit it. And then take this off with a 13mm wrench. Alright, I finally got it. Finally remembered where a couple of pair of pliers were that have halfway decent leverage. Vice grips are the proper tool. Definitely have some of those. It'll make your job a lot easier. But if not, channel locks will work. It'll just be slow. Had I not been able to get them with channel locks, ultimately I was going to get the Dremel out and split the nut that way. So, pipe wrench doesn't work. I tried some duct tape to get some grip on the pipe for the pipe wrench. Doesn't work. Now, if you have a factory replacement strut, you need this part and this dust boot, because chances are what you have that came from the store is going to just be this part with a metal rod on it. So you take all that off and put it on your new one. Mine is not quite like that. You may get one like this one that came, it's already got this thing in place which doesn't come off. It's not quite a factory replacement, and the thread size is slightly different. Kind of threw me off on the other side. If you watch the video, you kind of probably gathered that. The key is, shake that box a little harder, and this comes out. So, the way we assemble this one is washer, cup up, and then this has a small side, and then it has a larger side that has a bevel. The bevel you want on your car body. So on this one, it's going to be bevel up, and then you're going to insert the car body. And then this one is going to be beveled down on the inside of the car, and then this washer is going to be on top. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll be back. Alright, so I broke the band. It's expanded. So we'll go ahead and put this on. Cup up, bevel up, and then insert it in the hole. I'm going to go ahead and put this bolt on. I'll fast forward through that part so you don't have to watch the whole thing. So get it in there, up in the hole. If you haven't seen them before, these things are just awesome. They go in a drill chuck and adapt to sockets. And if you have something with a lot of threads, it's a quick way to engage it. So actually, I'm going to, instead of fast forwarding, I'm going to use this 15mm socket with the drill and show you how quick it can go. You saw how long it took earlier. And done. That is so much easier. There's only about a 20-degree arc in here, so you can't get a lot. I mean, you're still going to want to probably use a wrench for some good torque, but for the bulk of the threads, it's a great way to go. And to get enough thread engagement inside, we're going to need to lower the car down off the jack, or find some way of lifting this up, whether it's with your other jack, using a jack stand, or just a little bottle jack, just something here, really anywhere solid, just to lift this up a few inches. Again, we're not putting a whole lot of, there's not a whole lot of weight here, so really you can pretty much pick anything to lift it up by, my opinion. Non-professional, of course. That should be more than enough to get thread engagement on the inside. All right, take the old one off. We don't need it if it's a non-factory replacement. If it's a factory replacement, obviously you'll need that again. So let's see if I can get this here. So you can see there's the small side, and the large side has this bevel on it. And that's the part that is going to go down on the inside of the car and go up underneath the car, and that squishes to make a nice tight seal. So we're going to go ahead and just place that on the inside of the car. The cup goes down, and put the threads on. And on the other side, I did not have to hold the stud while I wrenched it down. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if that's just because, well, I really don't know why. I'm going to see if that's the case here. Actually, this is a little loose, so it's probably not even 15 millimeter. Everything else on the car is metric. I'm not sure why the replacements might be standard, but that might be the case. Anyway, you can see this is really squishing down. I haven't really encountered any resistance until about now. So I'm just going to go a little further. Let's say that's good. I don't know exactly what the spec is. There was no paperwork that came with these, but I believe I'm done. Alright, by my clock it's 10:30 right now, so it took me a little over an hour. If I remember right, it was about 9:20 when I started. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was helpful. If you're not having to deal with a camera, if you're not having to deal with lost tools, my vice grips fell in the cinder blocks of my foundation in my garage, so I'm not getting those back, so I had to deal with a pair of needle nose pliers, which didn't give a good grip. If you have the right tools and factory replacements, that would be good and helpful. You'll probably be able to do this in about a half hour or so if you have everything lined up. Obviously, I was a little confused because the replacements didn't fit exactly as the originals, so I had to go do a little research, figure out how to put them back in, because I had never done one like that, so maybe you'll gain a little tip like that as well. Anyway, if you like my channel, feel free to subscribe right here, and check out my other videos. Most of them won't be car related. Most of them are preparedness or food growing or a variety of hands-on projects. Like I said in the intro segment, there's going to be a pretty cool battery bank one coming. Have most of the parts, still have to get some batteries, but that should be a good one. It'll probably be out sometime in August is my guess, because I'm going to spend part of July putting it together. Alright, have a good day.